Hello friends, this is Dr. Nankishore. How much water do you require to drink every day? A seemingly very simple question, but apparently no simple answer. We need to understand some basic facts regarding water before we come to a simplistic solution to that ever elusive question. Almost 60 to 70% of our body is water. Newborn baby has almost 80% of it. As we reach adulthood, the percentage goes down. In a way, our body mimics the planet Earth, which has almost 70% of water. How this water is distributed in our body? Most of our organs are 70% water except bones and teeth. Brains are 80% water. Let us take an example. A 60 kg man, 60% of his body weight will be 36 kgs of water. This water is divided into two compartments, intracellular and extracellular. The cell is a structural basic unit of our body and we have trillions of them. All these cells contain water. In this case, intracellular water will be 24 liters. Extracellular water will be 12 liters. Again, it is divided into two compartments. One is interstitial. Interstitial means the space between two cells, and then plasma. Interstitial water will be 9 liters and plasma will be 3 liters. What are the functions of water? It regulates structural and functional component of cells, regulates body temperature, gets rid of waste through urination, sweat and bowel movements, lubricates and cushions joints, and protects sensitive tissues. Water regulation is by thirst and diuresis. Thirst is controlled by hypothalamus. Despite this neurogenic control of thirst, one thing is still not clear to us. Why such factors as swallowing and the emptying of water from the stomach appears to inhibit thirst even before our body becomes completely hydrated. Diuresis is controlled by ADH, antidiuretic hormone, also called as vasopressin, secreted by anterior pituitary. When the body gets low on water, it causes water to be reabsorbed from the urine, thus reducing urine flow and conserving water in the body until more fluids are consumed. Kidney plays a role in regulation of water, electrolytes, and acid-base balance. Balancing input and output. Suppose our total input is 2500 ml. Water intake is 1500 ml. Via food 700 ml. Metabolic water produced in our body is 300 ml. Totals up to 2500 ml. Output will be via urine 1500 ml, skin 450 ml, lungs 400 ml, feces 150 ml, totals up to 2500 ml. If we starve ourselves, we lose 450 ml per day. Water imbalance by either dehydration or by overhydration. Dehydration because of either lack of water or loss of it from our body. Overhydration because of excessive intake of salt-free water. The causes of dehydration could be loose motions, vomiting, excessive sweating, burns, elderly patients, unconscious patients, postoperative patients, fever, hyperventilation, acute renal failure, diabetes mellitus. Symptoms are evident only when more than 2 liters of water is lost. Extracellular fluid loss leads to increased electrolyte concentration, leads to increased osmotic pressure. Water is drawn from intracellular fluids, cells shrunk, and the possible symptoms could be dry mouth, lethargy, sunken eyes, weight loss, low urine output, dark yellow urine, dizziness, low blood pressure, tachycardia, abnormal blood electrolytes. Treatment is increased intake of water and IV fluids. Overhydration or water intoxication. It could be because of excessive intake of salt-free water, renal failure, IV fluids. Water accumulation might lead to hypotonic ECF, that is extracellular fluid. Water enters in cell by osmosis, leading to swelling of cells. Swelling of brain cells might cause nausea, vomiting, headache, lethargy, confusion, convulsions, coma, death. This is water intoxication, and the treatment is water restriction. an infusion of hypertonic saline. How much water should you drink every day? The National Academies of Sciences, Engineering and Medicine determined that an adequate daily fluid intake is 3.7 liters of fluids for men and 2.7 liters of fluids a day for women. These recommendations cover fluids from water, other beverages and food. About 20% of daily fluid intake usually comes from food and the rest from the drinks. Different studies have produced different recommendations over the period. But your individual water needs depend on many factors: your health, how active you are, and where do you live. There is no single formula that fits all. What is important is to know your own fluid requirements. Factors that influence needs of water. You might need to modify your total fluid intake based on several factors. Exercise. If you do any activity that makes you sweat, you need to drink extra water, make up for the fluid loss. Environment. Hot or humid climate can make you sweat and requires extra water intake. Disease process. You lose body fluids when you have a fever, vomiting or diarrhea. Pregnancy or breastfeeding. Women who are pregnant or breastfeeding need additional fluid to stay hydrated. Your fluid intake is probably adequate if you rarely feel thirsty, your urine is colorless or light yellow. Some other benefits of water. As per one estimate, drinking 2 liters in one day increased energy expenditure by about 96 calories per day. It may be beneficial to drink cold water because your body will need to expend more calories to heat the water to body temperature. It can be easily stipulated that drinking adequate amounts of water, particularly before meals, may have a significant weight loss benefit, especially when combined with a healthy diet. Drinking more water may help with some health problems such as constipation and kidney stones. In summary, when you are thirsty, drink. When you are not thirsty anymore, stop. During hot climate, exercise, fever, make sure to drink enough to compensate for the lost fluids. If you like the video, give me thumbs up and share it. If you haven't subscribed to my channel as yet, please do it. See you soon. Thank you.